Hello everyone, I'm Marital and I welcome you all to another episode of Courts Today on LiveLaw, where we update you about all the important legal developments that took place across the country today. We will begin with developments from the Supreme Court of India and then move on to High Courts and other subordinate courts. If you like our content, then it would mean a lot to us if you could please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let's begin. Supreme Court Judge Justice Bela Trivedi today recused from hearing the writ petition filed by Bilkis Bano challenging the premature release of the convicts sentenced to life for gang rape and murder during the 2002 Gujarat riots. The writ petition was listed today before a bench comprising Justices Ajay Rastogi and Bela M. Trivedi. When the matter was taken up today, Justice Rastogi informed Advocate Shobha Gupta, that is the petitioner's lawyer, about the recusal of Justice Trivedi. It is important to note that Justice Trivedi was deputed as the Law Secretary of the Gujarat government during the years 2004 to 2006. We have made a detailed video on this particular development, the link to which has been given in the description box below. Please do check it out. The Supreme Court of India has listed matters concerning the validity of the marital rape exception in the second week of January next year. The issue was mentioned before a bench comprising Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud and Justice P.S. Narasimha by Senior Advocate C.U. Singh, who stated that the matters needed to be listed urgently. The lead matter concerns an appeal against the Delhi High Court's split verdict on the marital rape exception. For context, the Delhi High Court was considering a batch of petitions challenging the exception to Section 375 of the Indian Penal Code, which exempts forceful sexual intercourse by a man with his own wife from the offence of rape. The Supreme Court of India has refused to entertain a petition filed by Rashtriya Hindu Swabhiman Party challenging the refusal of the Election Commission of India to register it as a political party. The petitioners' counsel argued that the Election Commission had taken a contradictory stand as it had stated in an affidavit filed before the Supreme Court that it has no power to refuse registration of parties with religious names. The Supreme Court bench comprising Justices Surya Kant and J.B. Pardewala, however, said that the Election Commission of India is not doing it arbitrarily, as there is a provision which allows the body to examine this issue. The Supreme Court of India has refused to entertain a PIL seeking to remove the system of reservations in the country while terming the PIL as an abuse of process. The PIL was filed by an LLM student and was listed before a bench comprising Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud and Justice P.S. Narasimha. CJI Chandrachud stated that the petition seemed to have been filed by the LLM student for the purpose of publicity and said that heavy costs would be imposed for filing such a petition. In the cases related to the rift in the Shiv Sena party, Senior Advocate Kapil Sibal, representing the Uddhav Thackeray group, submitted before a 5-judge bench of the Supreme Court today that the matter needs to be referred to a 7-judge bench to consider the correctness of the 2016 judgment of the Constitution Bench of the Supreme Court in the case of Nebam Rabia versus Deputy Speaker. In Nebam Rabia, a 5-judge bench had ruled that a speaker cannot initiate disqualification proceedings when a resolution seeking his removal is pending. Sibal submitted before a 5-judge bench comprising Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud and Justices M.R. Shah, Krishna Murari, Hema Kohli and P.S. Narasimha that the correctness of the proposition laid down in this particular judgment is one of the issues referred to the Constitution Bench. The Supreme Court of India has disposed of a petition moved by the Judicial Officer of the Debt Recovery Tribunal challenging the High Court's order dated October 27th that restrained him from passing adverse orders in pending matters. The Debt Recovery Tribunal Bar Association had moved the High Court, arguing that the judicial member had been passing adverse orders deliberately. On December 2nd, the bench had set aside the High Court's order, opining that such an order is unsustainable in law. Today, the Supreme Court of India has declined an oral request made on behalf of Cardinal Alencherry, the major Archbishop of the Syro-Malabar Church, for exemption from personal appearance before the magistrate tomorrow in the criminal case related to the alleged land sale scam. The submission was advanced by senior advocate Siddharth Luthra on behalf of the Cardinal before a bench of Justices Rishikesh Roy and Dipankar Datta. The matter will next be taken up on January 10th. The Supreme Court of India has granted anticipatory bail to Raj Kundra and other co-accused persons in the several FIRs arising out of the porn videos case registered by the Cyber Police Station of Bandra. A bench of Justices K.M. Joseph and B.V. Nagaratna, taking into consideration that the state of Maharashtra did not oppose the application for anticipatory bail filed by the petitioner, allowed the application. A constitution bench of the Supreme Court of India has posted the petitions challenging the constitutional validity of Section 6A of the Citizenship Act, inserted by way of an amendment in 1985 in furtherance of the Assam Accord for directions on 10th of January next year. The 5-judge bench comprising Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud and Justices M.R. Shah, Krishna Murari, Hema Kohli and P.S. Narasimha were adjudicating upon this case. The Supreme Court of India today closed the plea assailing the order of the Sikkim High Court, refusing to quash summons issued by the Gangtok magistrate against the managing editor and managing director and the joint managing editor of Malayalam newspaper Mathrubhumi in the defamation case filed by Santiago Martin in 2020. Martin had filed a complaint under various provisions of the Indian Penal Code, aggrieved by the publication of a defamatory statement which was said by the then Kerala Finance Minister Thomas Isaac. In an important development, the Bar Council of India, that is the BCI, has suspended the licenses of practice of 29 advocates of the District Bar Association of Sambalpur with immediate effect for 18 months, against whom a false information report or an FIR was lodged last month for allegedly uttering unparliamentary words for judges, attacking police officials and obstructing court proceedings. This list also includes the name of Mr. Sureshwar Mishra, who is the president of the District Bar Association of Sambalpur. The Kerala High Court has dismissed the application by Kiran Kumar, the convict in the Vismaya dowry death case, seeking an interim order for suspension of his 10-year sentence. The application was moved in a criminal appeal against his conviction and sentence handed down in May this year, following his wife's death under mysterious circumstances after she had complained of dowry harassment. The division bench, comprising of Justice Alexander Thomas and Justice Sophie Thomas, observed that taking into account the nature of accusations, the seriousness of the crime, as well as its social impact, this is not a fit case warranting suspension of sentence. The Delhi High Court was informed today that the matter regarding the removal of Dialogue and Development Commission of Delhi Vice Chairperson Jasmine Shah from the post has been referred for a decision by the President of India due to the difference of opinion between the Lieutenant Governor Vinay Kumar Saxena and Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. This particular submission was made in a preliminary counter affidavit filed by the Lieutenant Governor and Delhi's Director Planning in response to Shah's plea against the Lieutenant Governor's decision, asking the Chief Minister to remove him from the post and restricting him from discharge of functions as the VC in the meantime. Thank you. Keep watching Courts Today on LiveLaw for more such legal updates. See you tomorrow.